Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, Alexis, and thanks for having me back. You saw huge pickups in leisure and hospitality, up 380,000. Two-thirds of that was restaurants and bars. Entertainment and recreation was up 53,000. So a lot of that, we have to keep an eye out moving forward to whether that's going to sustain. I have been traveling. I know Kristen said that's probably a bad idea, but I've been being careful. But I'm seeing, bars, restaurants, it's just packed. The airports are packed, even with Delta. And I think some people are taking comfort in the fact that you saw in India after their first 50 days of the Delta variant spike, it started to roll over. A similar situation happened in the UK. So people are optimistic and hopeful that's going to be the same thing here in the United States. We did pick up 261,000 jobs in education and 27,000 in manufacturing. But what you're seeing right today is you saw immediately the 10-year yield spike up. Immediately money moved out of tech and into the reopening trades, cyclicals, banks, energy, financials, et cetera. And I think that might be an abrupt response to your point, Alexis, that you might want to be balanced here just as we work through some of these different variants and as we see this out in coming weeks and months.
I'll be honest, I've also been traveling, so don't worry, you're not alone. I asked that question, partially for myself as well for everyone at home that's watching. But I do have to ask, so as you're even mentioning, we're seeing this upticks, in the leisure and the hospitality sectors, but we do know that these are sectors that are seasonal, and we're about to head back to school, students finally going back to the actual school instead of sitting at home at their kitchen tables. Do you think that we're going to get to a point in a couple of months, or I should even just say next month, since we're already in August, where we're going to not so much hear about labor shortages at some of these restaurants and some of these hotels, but we're going to start hearing about how they're going to have to let some of these workers go, especially as that Delta variant is surging, not just here in the United States, but all around the world right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. We did bring the number of unemployed people down from 9.3 million to 8.7 million. That's very positive. However, pre-pandemic, that number was 5.7 million. And that's why you've seen the Fed really prioritize full employment over price stability. In the short term, they believe inflation may be transitory, but they really want to get that number down and avoid structural long-term unemployment like we saw during the great financial crisis, where people just left the labor force permanently or retired too early or were pushed out. So they're willing to take a little inflation in the short term to bridge that 3 million of people unemployed since pre-pandemic. And that's really what we're seeing focused. So I do think while the knee-jerk response was to just get out of tech and get into reopening, I think you really want to be balanced moving forward here, because to your point, it's not a foregone conclusion that this trajectory is going to be a straight line forward.
But Thomas, what does today's strong report mean for the Federal Reserve? I mean, does it mean that they might quicken their timeline when it comes to rolling back those asset purchases and starting to raise interest rates?
Yeah, that's how the market is taking it today. I think that probably the majority of Fed members are in the camp where they want to accelerate the taper. But Chair Powell has been adamant that full employment is going to remain his number one priority. And he does see this inflation as transitory. Now, he did define transitory as something different than most of us thought transitory was, which was prices will rise and then they will plateau. So he no longer has an expectation that prices are going to go back down. And the reason you can have that expectation is we saw average hourly earnings tick up this week. So wages are sticky, and that seems to be the case. Now, he's also betting on the fact that you could get a supply of labor coming on the market after the kids come back to school, and that will keep the wage increases subdued. So if I had to bet, I think you're going to see Chair Powell stick to his guns on this, even if we see a little bit more inflation. And you won't see a beginning of tapering until after his reappointment in February, which would be a 2022 event versus a 2021 event. And that's how I think they're going to think about it. So this short-term knee-jerk, I think you want to be balanced. I came here, I have a few picks. Certainly I have a reopening. I've got some tech, and then I've got some retail in the middle, if you want to cover a few of those.
Real quick, I think we have time for one. Give us your pick of the day, Thomas.
Yeah. Well, I like Citigroup. These stocks that have really pulled back, you want to be buying quality on these dips in this seasonality in August and September, trading at about 0.9 times tangible book. That will normalize up to 1 to 2 times as we move forward. It's a turnaround story with new CEO Jane Fraser. She's brought the efficiency rate from 64 down to 52. Anything below 50 is great. You're going to see more credit reserve releases moving forward, and commercial loan demand is going to pick up huge towards in the back half of this year and early next year. So we like that. And by the way, you get a 3% dividend yield while you wait, Alexis.